In this video, we're going to cover why Wilmington, Massachusetts is a great place to raise your kids. And I know it can definitely be a lot harder to relocate with your whole family. I mean, that's obvious. And I know this personally because I've had to relocate here with my family. So I know the struggle. So many of our choices and decisions are based around our children. And as a Wilmington realtor, I understand how hard it is to find something that both the kids and the grown-ups would want in their home and neighborhood. But I feel like the most important thing when you're trying to decide where to relocate, what home to buy, is information. You need information to make an important decision. That's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to cover why Wilmington is a great place to raise your kids. And by the way, if you want to know any more information about Wilmington, homes in Wilmington, or the surrounding communities, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help. And more than likely, we'll not only be able to help you find which neighborhoods to live in, but even the street and even the home. So feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to help. The first and most important point that you're looking for when you're trying to relocate your home is you need to find out, is it safe? Because at the end of the day, if it has everything you want, but there's a crackhead on every street corner and drug dealers that's not the home that you want to raise your kids around. So you got to understand that safety will always be first. You need to know if you bring your kids there, are they going to be safe? So just some quick stats. There's 1 in 1,123 chances of you being a victim of violent crime in Wilmington. And that's a great stat, especially knowing that there's only about 23,000 people that live here. And to put that in perspective, it's 71% better, not really better, but safer than Massachusetts average, and around 78% safer than anywhere else in the nation. So those are great statistics to have. It's definitely one of those places that neighbors look out for each other. It's really tight knit. And I know people that used to be kids here, used to come home when the lights turn on at night, never had a problem. And just to show you how close the community is, about 2 months ago, there was an Amber Alert and so many people started going and searching for the kid. Thankfully, they were just lost and they got found, but it was amazing to see all the response from the residents and the town. I think knowing that is very important because you're not just buying a house here, you're buying peace of mind. Safety isn't just the box that you can check off. It's the box that you need to check off before you even move here. It's definitely the foundation of every great family story and is going to be the backdrop to all the wonderful memories you're going to have and create with your family. Even just reading the police log, most of the time it's just somebody got a ticket, somebody stalled on a main street, nothing really serious, very rarely something serious. And that's really what you want in your town, safety. All right, we covered safety. Great, they're safe, but are they going to grow up smart? And the second point and the great benefit to live in Wilmington is the excellent educational system. Wilmington schools are always highly rated. I've had my kids here. I've never had a problem. They've had nothing but happy memories. There's been a few schools that have been rebuilt, so brand new facilities. I want to mention Wilmington is not the top. It's not the Harvard of public schools, but it is above average. And if you want something more robust, you want something more, there's always the option to send them to private schools. And around Wilmington, there's tons and tons of private schools and some of the best schools in the nation. There's Phillips Academy that's close, and that's been known to have 2 presidents that went there. A lot of high net and high value individuals send their kids there. There's a lot of Catholic schools, private Catholic schools. There's St. John Catholic, Malden Catholic, Arlington Catholic, a lot of Catholic schools, but they're very well ranked and are very sought after. There's also Austin Prep, which is a very high level school, and it's a private school. There's no shortage of great schools. If you really want to go after the top schools in the nation, you have access to them right from Wilmington. Plus, don't forget, when they grow up and they want to go to the best schools, you're in the mecca of the best schools in the nation and worldwide. This is really the cream of the crop. I mean, you have Harvard, MIT, Yale. You have every top level school in the nation here. You have colleges here that world leaders, presidents, diplomats, everybody sends their kids here from abroad. You can't go wrong if that's one of your priorities, the education of your kids. Okay, so far they're safe and now they're growing up smart. Let's see what else they can benefit from living in Wilmington. The next great thing about living in Wilmington is the strong community and all the events that are hosted here every year. Because we all know there's a lot of towns that cater to more the older generation. You can feel it when you're in the town. This one is a total opposite. I feel like it really promotes having kids and having families enjoy themselves. There's a lot of things that happen for families. They have a lot of events for the kids to keep them entertained. Honestly, there's so many events going on, it's hard to keep up with. There's the 4th of July celebration. There's the lighting of the tree. And that definitely highlights the sense of community in Wilmington. It's a lot of fun. Every year there's a Memorial Day parade, which is awesome. My kids love it. There's also a Touch a Truck event with law enforcement and all the construction companies. There's Family Day and the July Carnival. There's so many more, but that gives you an idea of how many there are. It's always something fun, something for the whole family. All the community is going to be out. You're going to be able to meet new people. It's definitely a great place for your kids and yourself to enjoy, not just staying at home, but at least having something to do throughout the year. Another great thing about living here is the quality healthcare facilities that's available to you, not only in town, but surrounding you. I mean, you have the best hospitals in the world around you, so you're never going to be far away from quality and top-notch medical care for you and your kids. The town has excellent hospitals and healthcare facilities. In town, there's the Winchester Hospital's Family Medical Center, and that has pediatrics, imaging, lab collection, rehab, and urgent care. They have the answers. If they don't, they know where to send you in Boston that are specialists and better equipped. Even though I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, it's a great point and an important point. You want to know that you have access to quality healthcare, of course, for your kids. Another great thing about living here with your family and kids is having the access to all the great outdoor space. You can definitely see that Wilmington values green initiatives. It's always a clean, healthy environment in the parks. There's so many parks around, you'll never run out of option. There's probably one every 5 minutes you can run into one. One of them is Yentl. It's one of the biggest in town. My kids love it. They call it the playground behind the bank, even though there's no bank. I don't know why they keep referring to it as the playground behind the bank, but they love it. There's everything there, basketball, football. There's Rotary Park not too far from there. It has a baseball field, a playground for your kids. There's definitely parks everywhere. Not even just parks, but there's also trails where you can hike, dirt bike. Wilmington has miles and miles of trails that you can go on. They even have their own town forest in the north, and that also has acres and acres of trails. It's really fun to be that close with nature, especially with your kids. There's also Silver Lake that has a playground, and there you can kayak, swim all season long. The Silver Lake is very popular for residents, and it's free if you live in Wilmington. And one of the things I love most about Wilmington is having your own yard. I know a lot of places don't value yards, but if you have kids, you probably want a yard that you can just put the kids out and they can have fun. And another good thing about raising your kids in Wilmington, you're not too far away from other great things around. For example, there's the Harold Parker State Forest. It's kind of like Wilmington's. You can hike it as well, but it's a lot bigger. There's the Stone Zoo, which is 15 minutes away. It's a great option. You can get the Seasons Pass, which we have, and you can go whenever you want to that one. And another zoo in Boston. If you don't like zoos, you can go to Boston. They have the Children's Museum. They also have the Boston Museum of Science. They have Harvard's Museum of Natural History. They have the aquarium, which my kids love. You can do tours on the duck boats, or you can go to the Boston Public Garden and go on the swan boats. I love living in a small town, but being able to go to the city and enjoy all the amenities. You can take advantage of everything there is in the big city without having to live there, which is awesome. Boston's about 25, 30 minutes away, 20 if you get lucky and there's no traffic, about 15 miles. It's always an option to go into the city. And you have so many things to do around here. You have Canopy Lake in New Hampshire. It's really close. Around Halloween time, you have Salem, Mass, the capital of Halloween. You really have so many different options and places to visit with your kids. And this pro and benefit to live in Wilmington with your kids is huge for me because I used to play professional basketball and I know the importance of sports and sports has in kids' lives. Sports go beyond just competing. They teach kids confidence, competency, self-respect, respecting others. It teaches them how to lose gracefully, makes them follow through on hard things. And Wilmington is definitely a town with an active sports scene. Wilmington has tons of sports clubs. My kids have been in soccer, basketball, baseball, but there's also hockey and football, which is huge here. The sports fields are always filled in the summer, fall. They have tons of activities for kids, not only with the sports teams, but also through the recreational department. They offer a lot of activities for kids and grown-ups. If sports are important to you and it's something that you want your kids to be involved with, Wilmington is definitely a great option. You can definitely tell that the town really loves sports. They're really passionate about it and really care for the kids and want them to succeed. Wilmington is definitely a sports town. So what we learned today is that Wilmington is safe. Your kids are going to grow up with a good education. They're not going to be bored and stuck in the house. They're going to have access to quality healthcare if, God forbid, anything happens. You're close to Boston and all the activities and amenities that it provides. And you also have a lot of options when it comes to real estate. There's a lot of single family homes, condos, apartments. It doesn't matter what you're looking for. Wilmington has it. The median home price in Wilmington is around $670,000. There are some homes that are as low as $400,000, just like there's homes that are 1.5, 1.6. And if you're looking to relocate or buy a home in Wilmington, Massachusetts, feel free to reach out. And like I said before, we may be able to not only help you find the neighborhood that best suits you, but also down to the street and even home. Send us a message or you can book a time and we can talk. And if Wilmington isn't the place for you, I have a lot of videos on other communities. With that, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys soon.